headphones. Don't need those anymore. Hello, welcome back. My name is Holly-Beth and this is my cozy corner. This is my safe little space online where I have been documenting my journey, falling back in love with crafts majorly in the knitting world, and we have been documenting my journey since project 1, since last year. Today is a little bit different. We tend to do a lot of podcasts and just things in general, anything that is related to my journey in knitting as a beginner going forward. Today I wanted to go through not really a goals list, but more of a what I would like to knit within the next few months kind of thing. It doesn't really fit into the standard of, you know, knitting patterns for winter, knitting patterns for summer and seasonal type thing, but what it does do is it means that I can get everything out that I've been thinking about, that I've been wanting to make, onto a documented video, and I can come back to it and see how much I have done. Like I said, this is not me putting down my goals. This is not me saying I need to or want to achieve every single one of these. It's just patterns that I have seen and I would like to make if I can. So with that, I think we'll just get started. So these patterns range from free all the way through to paid, some of which I already have, some of which I don't. So this is literally just me putting my ideas out and down as to what I would like to make. A lot of them have in mind gift knits for Christmas, or just in general, and a lot of not a lot, but some baby things as well. If you saw my last podcast, I don't even know when I talked about it. I think it was my last podcast. I spoke about how I was going to be becoming an auntie. We're going to have a little Bubba in the family, and yes, so it's very exciting. And 2 people I know, including that one, are having babies next year. So there are some baby things in here. There are some things that I have just wrote down, like, oh, I'd really like to make this. This is literally just me getting my thoughts and ideas out. So without further ado, I want this video to be as short as I possibly can make it. Let's start. Started talking, I hadn't even pressed record. Oh dear. So I think I'm just gonna put pictures of them here. I think I'm just gonna put them up here, like pictures from Ravelry if I can, so it has like the little name who owns the rights to. Anyway, just so you can see what it is that I'm talking about. So first thing I wanted to talk about is socks. I really want to make some socks. I have not been challenged, but I would quite like to make some for Christmas. Ambitious? Yes. Now, secretly, I've already started one, but I'll talk about that in my podcast coming up, I think this week. But there's 3 patterns that I kind of would like to bring to light, and that I have seen that I would like to make, 2 of which I think are quite similar, except one is in DK and one is in sock weight yarn, basically. Like 4-ply yarn. So the first one I have, which is if you see me looking away, it's because I'm reading the pattern names and I want to make sure I get them right. DK Treasures Rib Socks. These are made by Christine Longdex, I think. And honestly, so this is a free pattern. It's a 3x1 ribbed sock. Yeah, it's very scary, but I think, honestly, reading through the pattern and everything, I think I can do it. So wish me luck. But this is one that I definitely would like to do. When I think about starting a sock, this is the one that I'm gonna be more likely to start first. Just spoiling it, aren't I? They are knit in a DK. They're just gonna be some really nice, not necessarily chunky, but really good like boot socks, you know, or like in the house socks. So hopefully I can get that done soon. But that's one of the things. Just some honourable mentions in there as well that I would like to add in, that I would like to do, maybe not in the next few months, but in the next half year, say. There is the Favourite Everyday Socks by Carolyn Kerr. I'm not the best at pronouncing. I'm not the best at pronouncing things. So if I say names wrong or any words, please excuse me. I'm really sorry, I'm trying. And this person as well, just little mention, their name maybe used to be or still is, but was Knit and Nibble Designs. If you've been with me from the start, you'll know that that's kind of cool, to me at least. And these are knit with a 4-ply yarn, so a lot more on the sock yarn basis, which is what I want to move towards. Whilst we're talking about sock yarn and really light yarns, 4-plies, 3-plies, of course I have to mention the Everyday Socks by Petite Knit. Also really want to bring that onto my list as well. Both of those patterns are paid patterns, hence why I'm not doing them yet. Okay, so the next thing I want to mention is something that I found, and it's really cool. And honestly, at the time of recording this, I'm recording this quite late to what I wanted to in the month. I don't think I can do this for Christmas, but maybe next year. And I really would like to. My nan and granddad are what they used to be quite obsessed with gnomes. Yeah, they just really liked that. They have so many, and it became sort of a funny novelty gift, and then it just became a normal thing that every year they got a gnome. And I think it was maybe a couple of years ago they said, no more gnomes, no more, we've got enough. But I saw this, and honestly, me, I want to go for the biggest one as well. Why am I like this? It is the Choose Your Gnome Adventure by Sarah Shearer. I'm really sorry, but it looks like this, and basically you choose what you want, what size you want to do, and then it gives you all the different types of hat patterns, all the different types of the little beards, and also the body patterns, and you can mix and match it. You don't have to do the exact same as she has done. And honestly, I just think that this is going to be so brilliant, and let's hope that if I do this next year, my nan and granddad don't watch my YouTube channel, because it'll ruin it. But I don't think they will. But this is also a paid pattern, and it is very flexible on yarn. It depends on what you want to make. So I just thought that it was really cute. I just thought it was so cool. So I really want to make that. I don't think I've got time to do it this year. Maybe for an anniversary they have next year, maybe, but I'm kind of thinking it's more of like a Christmas present, but we'll see. I definitely love the look of it, and I really want to make it at some point. Okay, so it's kind of moving into the next part, but it's very similar, so hence why I'm doing them together. Also because of who they're for as well, because this is for my other grandparent. The one that actually taught me how to knit, she really liked owls, and I've seen this really cute little, it's like 10 centimeters, it's like little plushie, and it's an owl, and yeah, it's very cute. But it is this here, it's called the Stuffy Owl, and it is by Amanda Berry, and this is a free pattern. It takes 3 skeins of Drops Nepal, which I still need to get, hence why I haven't started it. But I think that this is something that I can very much do. It won't take too much like stuffing in regards to you know, filling it, and I just think it would be so cute. It's so small, and if you think about how much Drops yarn is, well, obviously you can use whatever yarn you have, whatever yarn you want, but that is going to cost you, well, the yarn itself is going to come to about £7 for a little. I just think that it's super sweet. I definitely want to try do this. We'll see if I get around to it, but absolutely love it. I think it's adorable. So the next thing, I haven't found another pattern that I actually, not that I don't like, but I haven't found one that I have fallen in love with that I want to make from. And if you followed my journey so far, you'll know that I have 3 dogs. One of them is a Cocker Spaniel. I made him a jumper in the summer. I know summer jumpers don't go, but just bear with me here. It was made out of drop snow. I started it, I'm pretty sure, before we had the heat wave, and then I didn't touch it because of the heat wave. Yes, I made him a jumper. I'll try and put a picture of him in that jumper up here because he looks so cute. I'm still yet to find one that I actually really like for a smaller weight yarn, but I really want to make him another jumper. Actually, I kind of want to make 2, maybe even one for one of the bigger dogs. Apparently they are very excited about that. So I want to find something similar but a thinner weight yarn, preferably free. I have looked on Drop's website, and there are some on there, but it's also still quite thick yarn that I just nothing really spoke out to me, so I'm still looking. I think I've maybe found a couple, but not enough for me to be really excited about starting to cast it on. So we'll see about where that one goes, but no pattern to show for that. It's more just definitely me getting my thoughts out in regards to I want to make this. I don't have a pattern yet, I haven't found one, but that I want to make one. Next is something that I think I can probably whip up quite quickly. I spoke about this in one of my podcasts about making a buff, a very simple ribbed buff, kind of like what I had started in Norway, the red one that I have recorded. I just need to put it up. I was going to use the rest of this yarn, I think, for it. This is just an acrylic I've had in my rather not small yarn stash, and I did make a hat for this. This is for my dad, and it's just going to be a simple buff because he asked for one basically at some point, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing as what I did with the other one, probably a 2x2, probably 120 stitches, and just go from there. I think I would maybe like to add a couple really tiny thin rows at like the bottom and the top of like a different color, but I'm undecided what yet. And I have a lot of yarn, so a lot of small yarn as well, which I think could be used up quite nicely in things like this. No pattern, just what I've done in the past, just a basic made up buff. So I want to get that done. No pressure. Before Christmas if I can. If not, not a problem. Okay, the next thing that I'm kind of not really grouping these. I probably should have done that, but this is kind of the way my brain works. I'm kind of all over the place, but also really trying to organize things. There's actually 2 that I really like the look of. I definitely am going to do one before the other, I think. But both of the patterns are, I'm pretty sure, by Pearl Soho. One of them definitely is. One of them is made by Jenny Lee. Again, names, I can't. But the one that's by Pearl Soho is this one. It is the knit drawstring bag plus backpack. I really like this because it's basically a project bag. Not the backpack style, but the one where it's just at the top. That would be perfect for a project bag. So I really want to maybe try and do that. But the one that I really do like is the dumpling bag, which is by Jenny Lee. It looks like this, and it's just this very simple slip over project bag thing, and I already have the yarn for this. I think I decided I was probably going to use Drop's Muscat, which is one of the cottons. I just haven't started it yet because it uses a provisional, I think it's provisional cast on, and I just haven't got around to mentally going, yeah, I want to learn this now. So I am going to start that, but soon. But it's one of the things that I want to make very much. Definitely this one more than the other one, but I definitely want to make one of these in the next few months if I can. It is also worth mentioning that both of those patterns are free. Actually, a lot of Pearl Soho's patterns are free. They have a lot of really cool things actually, and I think I definitely want to browse through their library a little bit more again, and see if I can find anything else. Maybe we'll just leave it as it is for now. But yes. Okay, the next thing is something that I want to make two of, for obvious reasons, because there's two babies. It is the one that when I planned to do this sort of let's talk about everything style video, I didn't actually have a pattern for this. I knew what I wanted, and I knew I wanted it to be some sort of like basket weave style thing, and then I found one. It was free and it's brilliant. I have found, and I'm wanting to make very much soon, a baby blanket, which also they do have the option to have it as a throw as well, so a bigger version. It is called the Block Stitch Baby Blanket by Church Mouse. I think it's just Church Mouse and not Church Mouse Yarns and Teas, but either way, they also have some really cute free patterns. A lot of really nice paid patterns as well. This pattern is so simple. It incorporates a seed stitch and like a basket stitch, and I'm so excited about this one. I want to make two. We'll see how long they take me. But yes, it is a free pattern and I just think that it's so sweet. So absolutely going to be making these. Okay, so while we're on the subject of baby things, there are a few things that I would like to make for the babies that are on the way. One is one that I saw ages ago. I went on a mad hunt to try and find the magazine that it was in, and it is the Little Raw top. It looks like this, and it just looks like a very simple but very nice little baby top, and it is by Claire Slade. It is in one of the many Knit Now magazines, and I did eventually, after hours and hours and days of searching, did eventually find somewhere that actually has all the magazines. They're not the cheapest, but they are all there. So I think what I'm going to do is, if I find a pattern that I really do want to make out of these magazines, I'll buy the issue that I want to make it from. But it looks really cute, and I think I already have the yarn that I could use for this. It requires an Aran weight yarn, and it's just very simple. The only problem with this, like I said, is that it's kind of locked behind a magazine, so it's fine, but it's a little bit of a pain if you can't find it. Anyway, I found it, I have it, and want to start it very soon. Also in the baby ideas, I months ago was very kindly gifted some books. I did just go grab them off the shelf, by Alex, I believe. These two here, and I haven't yet made anything from them, but I'm so desperate to do so. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it for the baby that's due first, but I definitely would like to try and make one of these. Probably, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be out of the wild animal friends. I really want to make one of these for one of the babies. I'm not sure what animal yet. Maybe the giraffe. Let me see if I can find the giraffe really quick. Isn't she adorable? I would probably do it where I don't think I would do it with the clothes. A little bit like that. And I just think that that's so cute. I haven't decided exactly which one I want to do. I do know I want to make one, so yes. Actually, pattern books themselves, I have a lot of books, and I'm going to do a video about all of the pattern books I have, and I want to try and make as much as I can from them, so I can, well, one, make use of them, but also so I can kind of decide whether the patterns are beginner friendly, or just kind of give my opinion on them, because I really love books. I'm still very much someone that writes everything down in a notebook, and for me, working from a book, it's just very, you can't beat it, in my opinion. I'm very much more of a book person still. And then another thing that I would like to make more of in the next 2-ish months is, or make more of, but the one thing I want to make is some baby hats, same principle, but also some more hats in general. I have really been enjoying making beanies and I want to make more. So yeah, I think I really want to do that. I have a few beanies to make. Just for a reference, this is the last one that I made out of a merino wool, and I do have some more people that I would like to make some hats for, so I would like to make some more. I have the yarn, I just need to do it. So hats, absolutely. Not sure how many, but I definitely want to make more hats. Absolutely. I have a few more little things that I want to make, but maybe haven't found a pattern for yet, etc. And then I have one really big thing that I've wanted to make since I have been back in England. I just haven't been able to afford the yarn, so I can't make it yet, but I am so desperate to do it. But it's an exciting one. So little things, there's a lot of little things for Christmas that I would have liked to have made. I don't think I'm gonna get the chance, but I still want to mention them anyway. Is things like stockings, particularly stockings maybe for the dogs as well. I do have a really cute little pet pattern somewhere. I honestly don't even know if I'll be able to put it on the screen because I don't even remember where I got it from, but when I do start making it, I obviously I'm going to need to find the pattern anyway, so I will then mention it then. I would like to make some stockings. I would like to make some Christmas decorations, whether that be garlands, baubles, just tree decorations in general. I'm still looking for a really sweet but really nice mitten pattern. A traditional Norwegian mittens, a traditional pair of Norwegian mittens in a traditional Norwegian pattern I would love to be able to find. So if you have any ideas, please do send them my way. Whether they're free or paid is fine. I will have to, if it's free, I'll be able to cast them on earlier, but yes, if you have any pattern suggestions at all, that would be absolutely lovely. And then also I would like to make some, I don't think this is for the next few months, but I think this is more of a long-term thing, is I'd like to knit some like cushion covers, basically. Nice long list. Okay, so the last thing, there's quite a few jumpers and, well, sweaters, jumpers, cardigans, all things that I'd like to make, but one that's really stuck and I just can't get it out of my head is actually one that's a free pattern on the Hobby website. It's a pattern called the Arctic Holly sweater. You can already tell why I want to make this. I think maybe that's another reason why it's stuck in my head quite a lot, because my name is Holly and I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. The design is you are knitting. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but this is what it looks like. I might have to show you a few pictures to get the idea of what it looks like, but it is a free design on Hobby. The instructions are very vague, but good enough for a beginner, I think. It's a bottom up sweater with colour work. I think I'm putting my expectations a bit too high, maybe, but for some reason I feel like I can do this. I would change the pink. I do wear pink sometimes, but I think I would prefer it to be in a different colour. Now, there is a very similar jumper or sweater to this pattern as well, which I'm considering matching the colours of and knitting for my other half, but we'll see. But there's no reviews on this pattern, no one seems to have tried it. I can't find it on Ravelry, so I don't really think people know about it, but Hobby have some good designs, like some good free patterns, and I'm going to be making quite a few of them. But I might do a whole separate video on that, like Hobby pattern designs that I would like to make, just all Hobby. I do have a, some things. I'm expecting a parcel from Hobby at some point. It's already very late. I don't want to complain too much because I know that there are so many strikes going on in the UK, and I don't know if this is to do with that. But all I can hope is that it gets here as soon as it's able to. So I hopefully will have a hobby haul soon, hopefully. But yes, so I've really wanted to make this jumper. The yarn that they suggest, they don't seem to have anymore for this pattern, which means substituting it out, which has been a whole situation as to, well, what do I substitute it out for? And every time I found one that's of the same weight yarn, I just haven't really liked the colours. I am looking at some of the drops yarns. Hopefully some of those will work, and I will have a better idea as to how it will look, because as well I need to obviously of course test the yarn before I knit the whole thing, like buy a whole jumper's like sweater's quantity, because I have very sensitive skin, so I have to test that first. But hopefully before February, I hope, because it's so cold here. I think everywhere is just really struggling with how cold it is at the moment. I'm hoping by February I might have a full jumper done, which actually will be my first official long sleeve sweater. So, which I forgot to say, I am wearing my novice slipover, which is my first sweater. I finished it maybe a month ago now, and I still absolutely love it. It's knitted in double Sunday from Sanders Garn and the Bella mohair from Permin, and I absolutely love it. But it would be nice to make a long sleeve at some point, because it's quite chilly. Okay, so that's everything that I wanted to talk about now. There are so many other patterns that I have running through my head, but we can't do everything. So I am going to leave it at that list. This is everything I want to do, hopefully within the next few months. If I don't achieve it, I am not going to feel bad. I am not going to hold myself to it. It's more of a, this is what I want to make, getting it documented down, because this is the whole point of this channel, right? I'm documenting the journey, so I may as well document this as well. And maybe any patterns that I've maybe asked for suggestions for, maybe there's some of you that might know some nice patterns that can recommend them to me in the comments. Or likewise, if there's patterns that I've mentioned that you had absolutely no idea about and maybe you want to go and make yourself. So yeah, I hope that, as much as this video is for me, I hope that this video may be helpful to other people. And of course, if there's anything you would like to see, as always, let me know, because I'm trying to document this whole situation, this whole journey, and if there's a part of it that would be really helpful to other people, then I would like to also put that out as well. I am going to continue knitting on some things, which you'll see in the podcast, and I will see you guys in the next one. If you did like this video, please do give it a like. It is super sweet to meet so many new people recently, and I'm just very grateful. So thank you so much, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Let me know what you thought. If there's any pattern that you're specifically, let me know what thing that I want to make that I've listed today that you're most maybe excited to see. Or likewise, if you have any pattern suggestions, please do put them down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It really does help me out. But with that, I will bid you a wonderful rest of your evening, day, night, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next one.